Welcome back to the Fundamentals Podcast, where we talk all things related to sports. This is the Weekend Quickie. And on this, I'm just going to recap some of the things that we missed this week and didn't talk about on the show and go over what me and Adrian will be talking about on the next episode. Look, also, if you haven't checked out Adrian's Y'all Must Have Forgot segment, go check it out. That is where we talk about, Adrian actually picks the person. And he goes over the accolades and talks about a player that most people have either forgotten about or don't know about. And they deserve some love too. They're not, one of those super household names all the time, or they might have been at that time and we have just forgotten about them. So Adrian will go over the accolades and we'll have a little discussion about it. But be sure to go on the page and look at that. We saw the Deebo Samuel trade. I think most people know about it by now. Deebo Samuel has been traded to the Washington Commanders for a 5th-round pick. I think both teams are winning with this because, obviously Deebo Samuel did not want to be there anymore, and San Francisco did not want to have him anymore. It was a separation that was needed. I think Washington got, a great deal because they only gave up a 5th for him. I think that San Francisco definitely could have got a 4th for him, but I'm not sure. I've seen some people say a 3rd. I think that's a little high, but a 5th is good. They have a good weapon. He's a utility tool. You can use him in so many different ways. And so with him and McLaurin, Deebo Samuel won't have to be the number 1. McLaurin will be the number 1, and that just gives Jayden Daniels another weapon to throw to or to give the ball to in the backfield, to do some different things, and to help block as a wide receiver. I think Deebo Samuel is a great pickup for them. And if Washington and Jayden Daniels are anything like they were this year, again, I know people talk about the sophomore slumps and all of that, but if Washington can continue to roll like they rolled Jayden Daniels' rookie season, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because, Deebo Samuel is going to be a good fit for them. Barring any injuries, they should be very solid. And we haven't even got to the draft yet. There's still moves to be made. So we'll see what happens there. The fight. I did not see the first 2 rounds of the fight because I was at a hockey game and I made it in the 3rd round. So these are my thoughts. I am not mad at the fight being a draw. I also wouldn't be mad if either one of them won, to be honest with you. Based on what I saw, it was good. And it really just comes down to what the refs are looking at. I'm not a professional judge or anything like that, and most people I talk to aren't either. We know what judges usually do in fights like this, and it's usually cater to the favor, right? I don't think they did that in this fight, but you have to look at it like this. We don't know what the judges look at because I try to look at it from the perspective of this judge may be looking at the amount of power punches that Tank Davis threw and how accurate those power punches were. He may be looking at Tank Davis's mannerisms thinking he's not tired. He doesn't look hurt at all. He's kind of just in there having fun. It's not one of those things where Roach looks absolutely dominant over him. But also Tank didn't really look dominant over Roach, and Roach threw a lot of good jabs. He threw a lot of punches, but Tank still fought his fight. He's not a volume puncher like that. He's a power puncher that is precision power, right? So he's very accurate. He really takes his time. He really takes the time to study his opponent. So, if people want to, look at it from the perspective of themselves, that's fine. Like, I'm not mad at anybody believing that, Tank should have lost that fight. I'm not mad at that. But I'm also not, going to say that he got destroyed in that fight, like it was clear cut. Because I just don't believe that. A lot of those punches that Roach threw, they were hitting glove. And he landed some big shots. Yeah. Now, if you want to go back and talk about the knee thing, I'm not mad at them not calling that a knockdown. But if you are mad at that, that's fine. Like I don't see an issue with people being mad at that. But also the reality is, if you look at just before he did that, like he wasn't hurt, he wasn't stunned. You could clearly see when they zoomed in, something got in his eye. Like it was something clearly burning his eye. Like, that's evident. I don't know whether it was grease or what. As somebody that has had their hair braided, you can sweat and grease can't get in your eye. Like that has literally happened to me before. Long time ago, back when I had hair. I don't have any hair currently. I do, but like not like that. But that's I don't know what to make of that. Again, I'm not mad, but even with that, let's say you score that, let's say you keep that in there, you're probably still getting a draw, right? You're probably still gonna get a draw, in my opinion. So I mean, that's one of those things where it's gonna be a conversation piece for the next week or two. In the boxing world, we'll talk about it to the next major fight. But I am happy that both men would love to run that back. Gervonta Tank Davis, definitely, I think he wants that rematch. I think that Roach wants that rematch. And I think that would be great. I think it was a good fight, and I would love to see a rematch of that. Both men respect each other clearly. I love the showmanship that each one of them had for each other after the fight. I thought that was dope. So, I mean, it's boxing. We know what boxing has been historically. We've known some of the, robberies, all of this stuff. Hey, man, we're all entitled to our opinion, and I'm not mad at anybody for having an opinion saying that, Tank lost. I just don't believe that he actually lost. I'm good with a draw. And again, I wouldn't be mad if it was called either way. I'm just going based on my opinion. That's just what that is, my opinion. On the next episode, we will talk a little bit more about the trade with San Francisco and Washington Commanders. We will also talk about whether that does anything in terms of trading Cooper Kupp for the Rams because of, Washington getting Debo for just a fifth round. What does that do to Cooper Kupp? Does that hinder things for the Rams, and what kind of package can happen with that if they are still choosing to make the trade with, to get rid of Cooper Kupp? Hope not. We saw that they got the deal done with Stafford. So we will also talk about that. And that's it. That's it. For the people that do watch the show, I appreciate you. Shout out to Bros Talk Podcast. They are great supporters. I love them guys. If you are watching this and you're not a follower of the show, please like and subscribe. We also do have a Facebook page. Please check that out too if you can. So other than that, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great weekend. Peace out.